And new for you this morning, a stabbing melee in North Albuquerque overnight. This started about 1:30 this morning. There were multiple calls out to law enforcement about a man, a woman, and even a child being stabbed here near 2nd and Alameda.
Yeah, before deputies got there, 3 people turned up at the Valero station at Alameda. A man in the car had been stabbed and was taken to the hospital. At least one person was taken into custody in connection to the stabbing. Others are being interviewed.
Detectives are currently interviewing people that were involved with this evening to try and determine exactly what took place.
Deputies soon arrived at a house in the 10,000 block of 2nd Street where they found a woman and a little girl, both stabbed. Both were taken to the hospital. All 3 have non-life-threatening injuries. Sheriff deputies think they have everyone in custody that were involved, and no one is being threatened at this point, as we understand it. While all that was going on in North Albuquerque, APD officers spotted a fight in progress at 3rd and Gold. One man involved was stabbed under his right arm. Cops say the injury is non-life-threatening. Police have one man in custody. No other information has been released this morning. A big traffic alert to tell you about. Prepare for big slowdowns and some changes around the Paseo Del Norte I-25 interchange project.
Yeah, starting today, construction is going to go for a major shift along Paseo. We're talking from the railroad tracks to I-25. By tonight, the lanes under this stretch will be under this major construction. As I mentioned, to get ready for the switch, it's going to affect all eastbound and westbound traffic on Paseo Del Norte. Drivers will have to detour onto the right lanes. Contractors will be working on what they call a grade separation. It's going to go up Paseo and Jefferson, and ultimately the overall goal here is obviously to make traffic go faster.
Paseo Del Norte will actually go over Jefferson, and there'll be a single point urban interchange underneath Paseo Del Norte.
Now, one business owner we talked with along the construction route says the road work has cost her hundreds of customers, so she has a new game plan. Listen.
I'm doing everything I can, and I'm really marketing the other side of town, the west side, where it's really not obstructed, because the east and the south people have really stopped coming.
It's Melanie from Blissful Spirits there. The major switch of construction starts at 9 tonight and isn't expected to be done until Sunday night. That's when the actual switch will take place. And as you can imagine, all the times and references here are subject to change. Now remember, there's still a whole lot of businesses open on Paseo Del Norte and the streets nearby, and they need your support during this construction. The job only affects the Paseo Del Norte area near the I-25 interchange. The rest of Paseo, going both east and west of the project, is wide open, and the businesses are too, and they really need your business to make it through these months of construction. Well, the 2014 legislative session is a done deal this morning.
Yes, and lawmakers did what they were required to do by law, but not much else. They did tackle the budget, sending a compromise spending bill to the governor's desk. Lawmakers also compromised on the lottery scholarship at the last minute yesterday before the session came to a close. That bill ensures that there is not more money coming out of the program than it is going in. Neither side got everything they wanted in terms of passing new laws. Democrats did not get the constitutional amendment, for example, on the minimum wage they were pushing, and Republicans failed to repeal the law allowing driver's licenses for illegal immigrants.
The state senators and representatives did manage to pass the only bill they had to, that is to avoid a costly special session. Both chambers signed off on a $6.2 billion budget. State spending increases 5% with this new plan. Most of that is going to education. State workers are in line to get a 3% pay hike, but the governor is expected to make some cuts here.
I continue to be concerned about overall spending and the effect that will have on our reserves. That's why I will review the budget line by line, looking for areas where we can trim it back.
A bill that stops federal funding cuts at rural hospitals did make it to the governor's desk. Lawmakers also said okay to a statewide texting and driving ban. They also passed a bill that allows a marching band, cheerleading, and ROTC to count for PE credit for high school students, and they okayed a plan to reduce class sizes.
Again, there were quite a few bills that did not make it out of the 30-day session, including Omari's law. That bill would have required CYFD to immediately take custody of a child who shows signs of abuse. It never made it out of a Senate committee. The constitutional amendment to raise the state's minimum wage, we mentioned just a bit ago, fell 3 votes short of making it onto the November ballot. Also, the bill providing full pension benefits to cops, firefighters, and jail guards injured in the line of duty never got to the Senate floor. Some judges in 2 New Mexico counties say they will not perform any weddings. This after the state's Supreme Court rules legalizing same-sex marriage. You see, according to the Carlsbad Current Argus, judges in Eddy and Chaves County will not marry any couples, gay or straight. Now, according to the paper, Eddy County Judge Henry Castañeda says he doesn't have a problem with same-sex marriage, but he says judges should not have to compromise their beliefs. Now, just so you know, state law does not require judges to perform weddings to begin with. County clerks, on the other hand, are required to issue marriage licenses.
At 5:07, if you're looking for a job, head on over to Workforce Connection today. Huge job fair going on. More than 20 companies are hiring hundreds of workers, most of them in the hospitality and tourism industries. The job fair goes from 9 this morning to 1 this afternoon. Again, it's at Workforce Connection off Mountain near Broadway. Best of luck to you.